Hi everyone, this video is going to go through a recap of Germany chapter 1 and 2, which is all about Germany after World War I and then the recovery of Weimar under Stresemann for the second chapter. So the first thing you're going to do is have a go at answering these questions on the screen because it's all about the Weimar Republic. So who are they? What do they do? Why do they exist? And think about, Kaiser Wilhelm, what happened to him? So why was Weimar essential? Where do they meet? Don't overthink that one. And can you remember anything else? Strengths, weaknesses, treaties they've signed. And the whole point of this exercise is to bring to the front of your brain new information, or rather old information. And that process of bringing it forward helps with memory. So pause the video, do yourself a date title and answer those questions. Now, we've got a little bit of a challenge for you here. This is a retrieval grid, and it's a way of kind of leveling up your knowledge. So how it works is you have 3 skills down the left-hand side: knowledge, understanding, and evaluation. And then across the top, you've got some topics like Weimar's strengths, weaknesses, the Treaty of Versailles, and political instability. So there's really only one rule when you do this kind of task, and that is that all the knowledge stuff must be done first. So the first thing you're going to do in a moment when I ask you to pause this video is to find 3 strengths of the Weimar government. The second thing you're going to do is find 3 weaknesses of the Weimar government. So you're going to do that entire bronze row first. That's just your basic knowledge. Then you're free to move around silver and gold as and when you want. So your understanding is all about explanation and linking it to something, and your evaluation is about comparing. Now, you've only got 20 minutes for this, so if you don't finish all the silver and gold, that's fine. This is kind of self-regulating, as we would call it. So you're able to go as far as you are able within your own brain space this time. They're also worth points. So for every bronze one you answer, you get 2 points. So everyone should have a minimum of 8 points by the end of this. And then for each silver one you answer, it's 3, and for each gold, it's 5. Now, you are welcome to copy out this table into your books, or if you just want to do it as note form under some subheadings, that's totally fine. I like the idea of a table personally because it's all ordered, but you might be different from me. So what you're going to do now is pause the video, and then you're going to have a go at those tasks, remembering to complete all the bronze tasks first. Okay, now we're going to do the same again, but we're now going to look at kind of the money side and what Stresemann does to improve Germany. So this is really the second chapter. The same again, you're going to have to do all the bronze ones first. So you're going to describe the Ruhr crisis and consequence, which is hyperinflation, in 3 sentences. You're going to describe the Dawes Plan, the Young's Plan, and the Rentenmark in 1 sentence each. Then you're going to describe the Locarno Pact, the Kellogg-Briand Pact, and the League of Nations in 1 sentence. And then you're also going to describe wages, housing, and unemployment in 1 sentence each, please. And then again, you are free to mix and match silver and gold, whichever you prefer. And to prove that you were listening, your task to email your teachers so that we can do our register is just to email them the number of points that you got and just a quick picture of your work for the lesson, please. I just thought, again, before we kind of moved on, I would just recap some of the problems in the Stresemann area. Sometimes we can see Stresemann as this like heroic figure, And, don't get me wrong, he did do a lot for Germany, and Germany was definitely better under his guidance, but there are still some problems we need to be aware of. So you might want to do yourself a little subheading and get these down as I go along. The first issue is there's a massive reliance on American money because they've borrowed all of their money from one country. And you guys know something is going to happen in 1929 that is going to cause a lot of problems for Germany. So unemployment is down. So it's 6 million rather than 9. So unemployment has got better, but it's still not solved. There's still high levels of unemployment in Germany. And farmers are also hit by a worldwide depression, so that meant less profit. And to be fair, there was very little Stresemann could do about that, but it was still a problem going on in Germany. Wages rose, but so did the cost of living. Now, it's great if you get a 10% pay rise, but then if food and rent also goes up 10%, you're not actually saving any more money than you were. So that's a potential problem. And finally, it does not eradicate extremist parties, as we know, because Hitler comes to power in a few years' time. You've still got the Communist Party, you've still got the right-wing parties like Hitler's DAP. So he doesn't completely solve the economic or political problems. He makes them better, but he doesn't solve them. So pause this video, do yourself a subheading, and get down those 5 points, please. And then you've got some homework to be handed in ready for your next lesson. It's a very important piece of homework because this is going to be teacher third. So it is an official piece of work, therefore it needs to be your best. So you have an interpretation at the top. And it says the period 1923 to 1929 was a time when the economy boomed, which is a good thing, and cultural life flourished in Germany. It is known as the Golden Age of Weimar. And this dramatic turnabout happened because Germany was saved by two people, Gustav Stresemann and Charles Dawes, who you will know from the Dawes Plan. And that's written on a BBC bite-sized article titled Recovery of Weimar. And the question is, to what extent do you agree with this interpretation? And it's worth 16 marks plus 3 spelling and grammar marks. So there's 19 marks. Now, if you go to our YouTube channel and go to the playlist that says Germany Exam Help, this is a Germany question 5. So there's loads of information there on how to answer this question. But I've given you the rough outline of paragraphs in blue, and then in white are the things I suggest you talk about. So the first thing you need to do is outline what the interpretation says, give your initial judgment. Do you completely agree, somewhat agree, or disagree with this interpretation? And just briefly outline your 3 other factors, because you need to talk about other things. Context, you should tell me about the problems of Weimar, things like that. And you're also going to need to talk about what Stresemann and Dawes do, and the fact that, was he saving the German people? Then you need to think about authorship. And again, if you go to our YouTube channel, there is another playlist called History Skills, and there's a really, really crucial video on authorship, because this is where you get quite a lot of your marks from, and it's like a 3-minute video, so it's worth a watch anyway. Then you need some other interpretations about the question, and then you must come to a judgment. Do you completely agree, somewhat agree, or disagree with that statement? And this must be emailed to us ready for your next lesson. Okay? Bye.